babe. It's original.
Yeah. What's up? All right. If you're wondering, you a little close, ain't you? Hold on. Back up out my grill for a second. All right. If you're wondering why we are standing in front of the refrigerator, it is because I don't have a whiteboard in my house, and this is the closest thing we're gonna get. So I don't know what I'm gonna make the title. I want to make it something fun. We're gonna go through 1-step, 2-step, and multi-step equations. So hopefully with these examples that I, prepared, we cover everything we need to know. So let's start with 1-step equations. I'm gonna try and edit like a little thing right there. I don't know if it's gonna work, but. So we'll start off with a multiplication equation first. Okay, 2x equals 7. Let me get y'all right, hold on. 2x equals 7, all right, bam. When you have a multiplication problem, if you want to get x by itself and move this 2 to the other side, you have to do the opposite. And the opposite of multiplication, let me put it up at the top. So the opposite of multiplication is division. Okay, so I know that I'm gonna have to divide somewhere up in there. So I'm gonna divide both sides by 2 so I can get x by itself. And that leaves me with x equals 3.5. And there we go. That is how we solve a 1-step multiplication equation. That's simple. The goal is to always get the variable by itself. 1-step subtraction problem. So y minus 7 equals 6. If you have subtraction, the opposite of subtraction is addition. So I know I'm gonna be adding, and I need to add 7 on both sides so I can get y by itself. And we add it to both sides because this is a -7. If we add 7 to -7, we get 0, meaning that this cancels out. So y equals 13. Bam. 1-step equations are super easy. And honestly, we'll get to it, but multi and 2-step equations are nothing but 1-step equations. You just gotta figure out which operation you're doing first. Addition, so 4 plus y equals 9. I'm going to subtract this 4 because it's a positive 4. I'm going to subtract 4 from both sides. Cancel this out. Bring the y down because y cannot just disappear now. So y equals 5. Just like that. And it's just that simple. Truly, surely, and truly. And our last 1-step example is a division one. So x divided by 5 equals 10. Now, the opposite of division is multiplication. I need to multiply both sides by 5. So let me do another line. So 5 times x over 5, and then 5 times 10. So when I multiply both sides by 5, it takes out this denominator. So I'm left with x. X equals 50. Just like that, because 5 times 10 is 50. Wham bam, thank you ma'am. And that is the end of 1-step equations. Can I see it? That's the end. But, all right, let's move on. 2-step equations. Let's see. So 2-step equations are nothing but an equation where you have to do 2 1-step equations. And we already see how easy 1-step equations are. So 2-step equations are gonna be just the same. So I know that I'm multiplying 2 and x because the product of 2 times x is 2x. I'm adding 3 and then I want to equal 7. Do what is easier first. So whatever number is not connected with the variable or multiplying by the variable or dividing, whatever, move that first because it just makes your life so much easier. Okay, so I'm gonna, opposite of adding and subtracting, I'm gonna subtract 3 from both sides. Cancel that out, bring down 2x. 7 minus 3 is 4. Now I have a one-step division problem. And when I have a When I have a multiplication problem, my opposite is to divide. I like this song. It's another one champion sound. Us there, we got to get down. My answer is x equals 2. Bam. Just like that. Just like that. Don't let these equations scare y'all. Because big equations ain't nothing but a whole bunch of little equations. X divided by 2 plus 3. I can't see y'all. Equals 21. Hey sister, it's really nice to meet y'all. Okay. I am obviously dividing in this and I'm adding 3. So I need to do the opposite of both of them. So if I'm dividing, I know I'm going to need to multiply at some time. If I'm adding, I know I'm going to need to subtract at some point, right? So I'm going to subtract 3 because that's the one that's not connected to my variable. And it's just going to be easier to move first. So subtract 3. That leaves me with x over 2 equals, what? 18. Okay? And I have a one-step division problem. Wow. So I'm going to come down and multiply by 2 on both sides so I can get rid of that denominator. Can y'all see that? Yeah. All right. This cancels out. I bring down my x. Y'all see all the way down there? Yeah. And then 2 times 18, what's that? 36. Whoop, whoop. X equals 36. Oh, never mind. But it was still fun. I got there at like 11. And that's late, baby. That's late for Miss Davis. Because y'all know I go to the gym at 4 in the morning. All right. I'm multiplying in here and I'm subtracting. So I know I'm going to be dividing and adding. And I'm going to add 8 first. Because we work smarter, not harder around here, babes. Cancel that out. Bring down 5x. Because my 5x is still there. 27 plus 8 is 35. And now I have a one-step multiplication problem. And on a one-step multiplication problem, we divide. Yeah, divide. I heard you. I heard your participation. All right, these 5s cancel out. X equals 7. Look. It is truly just this easy. I promise to God it is. If you know how to do a one-step equation, you know how to do a two-step equation. And if you know how to do a two-step equation, you know how to do a one-step equation. But now we're ready for multi-step equations. Because once we know one level and we know the other level, we got to grow up. You feel me? And now we're growing up to multi-step equation. 7x minus 8 minus 3x. Equals 24. Now hold your horses. Don't get nervous. Because watch how easy this is now. Sometimes you can have an X and a Y. I hope I got an X and a Y. I don't have an X and a Y example. We're going to get one though. This is when we start combining like terms. This sign to the left always follows whatever number is right here. So this will be 7x minus 3. Combine your like terms first. 7 minus 3 is 4x. Now, one mistake a lot of people make is that you come down here and you just put 4 and forget the x. You can't forget the variable. The variable cannot disappear. This minus sign comes from this minus sign because this is still a negative 8. So negative 8 is going to stay. Ooh, excuse me. That was not ladylike. But it's okay, because this is my house. Now we have a what? A two-step equation. And so I am multiplying and subtracting, so I know I'm going to end up dividing and adding. So I'm going to add 8 on both sides. Four x 24 plus 8 is 32. Yep. And then I'm going to divide. And that leaves me with x equals, what is that? 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. I had to go through my multiplication tables. X equals 8. Just like that, man. I just promise you, it's not that hard. Sometimes we overthink. And sometimes we overthink because we feel like we can't do it. And so you overthink ahead of time before you even try it, not even realizing that you been knew how to do this. You just gotta believe in yourself. You feel me? If I can't teach you nothing else, if I can't teach you how to do nothing else, I need to teach you how to believe in yourself. Cause y'all already know how to do this. Parentheses tell us we are multiplying all the time. They are always telling us to multiply. Now, we cannot ever, never, ever forget to distribute. So when we have, this is so cute. We need to distribute and multiply 6 by 2 things, x and -2. So 6 times x is 6x. And do your parentheses first. Pimp dots. There we go. 6x. 6 times -2 is -12 plus 14 equals 26. Now there are technically 3 like terms, the -12, the 14, and the 26, because they're all whole numbers, no variable. So I'm gonna combine all of those terms. -12 plus 14 is 2, so 6x plus 2. And then I have a 2-step equation right here. Subtract 2 from both sides. That's 6x equals 24. Look at us. Divide by 6 on both sides. Can y'all see that far down? Yeah. And x equals 4. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. See? Bro, I don't even know why we really bother at this point, because that blue is a little, it'll come out. It'll come out. So in this example, we have the variable on both sides of the equation. I thought of everything except a 2-variable equation. So anytime we see parentheses, we already know what we gotta do first. It's like spreading the love, you know? 3 gotta spread the love to x and to 1. Because if you only show love to x, 1 is gonna get jealous. But if you only show love to 1, then x will get jealous. So we distribute the love, you feel me? 3 times x is 3x. 3 times 1 is 3. And then I bring everything else down, because nothing else happened in that step, you feel me? Where is that coming from? Do I say that all the time? No. I'm gonna combine like terms. Just because everything spread out does not mean anything is gonna change. I'm adding 3 and I wanna combine it with this 5. So I'm gonna subtract 3 on both sides. Bring down my 3x. 5 minus 3 is 2. Bring down my positive x. Okay now, okay now. I need to move this positive x over here. And this positive x is adding. And the opposite of adding is subtracting. So I'm gonna subtract x on both sides. Because yes, we can move variables. 3x minus x is 2x. Think about it, if I told you, in this bag, y'all see? In this bag, I got 4 apples. If I say 4 apples minus 1 apple, I got 3 apples, right? Or if I say 3 apples minus 1 apple, I got 2 apples. Wow, my mind is just a gorgeous thing. All right, I'm left with 2x equals 2, and this is 2 times x, so I'm gonna divide. X, 2 divided by 2 is 1. Oh my gosh. I don't need to think too much because I see parentheses and I already know when I got parentheses I'm gonna have to do this. I don't even need to do all of that. Now, follow me now. Nothing is changing. 3 times negative 2x. 3 times negative 2 is negative 6. I just gotta make sure I let the x come along with us. 3 times 10 is 30. And bring everything on that side down because we ain't do nothing over there, so it's gotta come with us. What I want to combine first? I would like to move my x's first. So I'm gonna move this 9x. And you see how I chose what I wanted to do? It literally does not matter what you do next. You don't have to move the x's first. You don't have to move the whole numbers first. You move what you want to move first. As long as you're moving in the right direction. I want my x's on the left, so I'm gonna say plus 9x. Because that's a negative 9x, plus 9x. Obviously, plus 9x to my 6x, because I got to combine my like terms. Negative 6 plus 9 is positive 3x plus 30 equals negative 4, because that negative 4 is still right there. Can't forget that. Now I got 2 more like terms, the 30 and the negative 4. So I'm going to subtract negative 4 from the... my bad. Subtract 30. All right. Subtract 30. And this cancels out. Bring down my 3x. Negative 4 minus 30 is negative 34. Did I give myself a decimal? A decimal off the top of my head is crazy. All right. These cancel out. I bring down my x equals negative 34 divided by 3. Let's see. It's 11 point something. I want to say 11.5. Hold on. It's a negative 11.3 though. Negative 11.3. I could have just left it as negative 34 over 3. I could have, but obviously I'm an overachiever. Pause right here so I can find some 2 variable examples. BRB. I'm back. I got some examples. Ooh, I'm hungry. And I just felt that, but I am hungry. Okay. So when you have 2 variables in your equation, you won't have just one number as your answer. It just won't happen because I don't have a value for y, and I don't have a value for x, and I can't just make them disappear. So you're going to end up having another equation as your answer. Let me show you. So if I wanted to solve for y, which is usually what we solve for, I'm still going to follow the same rules. So I'm going to subtract 10x because I need to move everything but y. Circle what you can't move. I can't move y. Everything else but y got to go to the other side. So I'm going to move negative 10x or 10x to the other side, subtract it. This cancels out. The whole 10x cancels out. I bring down 4y. There is nothing for me to combine with 10x over here because this is a whole number 3. This is negative 10x. They don't have the same variable, so I can't combine them. So I just end up with 3 minus 10x, which is what I'm doing, but I don't have anything for x, so I'm just going to leave it as 3 minus 10x. Now I need to get rid of the 4 because remember, I can't touch y, but everything but y has to move. And this is a multiplication, 4 times y. The opposite to detach 4 and y is to divide. So I need to divide both sides by 4. You can do this. 3 over 4, because 3 divided by 4 is 3 over 4. You do not have to do a decimal. You don't have to, especially not in this situation. Just leave it as a fraction. Now you want to make sure you have a simplified fraction. Bam, bam, bam. You need to have a simplified fraction. So negative 10 divided by 4. Hold on. So if I have 10 over 4, right? And I need to simplify 10 over 4. What I know goes into 10 and 4 is 2. I love 2, me personally. But 10 divided by 2 is 5. And 4 divided by 2 is 2. So simplified, 10 over 4 simplified is 5 over 2. Okay, just wanted to make sure we covered that. So bam, my simplified version of 10 divided by 4 is negative, because I need to keep that negative sign. Negative 5 over 2 x. You cannot forget the x. And that is how you solve an equation that has 2 variables in it. You're going to end up with another equation. So, and I like equations because you don't really need to interpret an equation. Like, you either know how to solve it or you don't. We're gonna solve for x for example purposes. All right. I'm gonna skip this step. I need to move everything but x, okay? So I need to subtract this 5y to get it to the other side. And 5y doesn't have a common term or a like term. So negative x equals 2 minus 5y. Okay? Now, you can never have a negative variable. This is specifically why I did this. You can't have a negative variable. Now, what do you do when you have a negative variable? You just change everybody's signs. Because technically, you're dividing by the negative. Or you can put an imaginary 1. There's an imaginary 1 in front of that x. So if I divide everything by negative 1, all we're doing is truly just flipping the signs. Because divide by negative 1, divide by negative 1, divide by negative 1. Okay? I bring down x, because the negative 1's cancel out. 2 divided by negative 1 is negative 2. Negative 5y divided by negative 1 is positive 5y. So you see how I just changed all the signs? And that's how I get my x to not be a negative anymore. Okay? So don't overthink it. It's truly that simple. But when you have 2 variables in your equation, go ahead and assume that your answer is going to be another equation. Just moved around and manipulated. And our last example for the day, so Miss Davis can eat some lunch. Lunch. What movie is that? Lunch. You want to go to lunch? I forgot.
You have one in? I want a ham, an egg, and a cheese biscuit, okay? Hello? We out of ham. You out of ham? Okay, all right, fine. Then give me an egg and cheese biscuit. We out of egg. You out of egg? Just some. Fine, then just give me a ham biscuit.
It's 10:31, ma'am, and we just stopped serving breakfast.
Hold on, I've been sitting here for 15 minutes waiting on your ass. No, honey. No, I don't care. I want breakfast.
You want something else, like lunch or something?
Ain't nobody say nothing about no lunch. I don't want no lunch. I want breakfast.
We're going to solve for y, because y equals mx plus b, and we just love to solve for y. This is a positive 4x, so what do I need to do with the 4x? Subtract it. Oh my God, you're so smart. You're like a genius, truly. Surely and truly. 3y equals 12 minus 4x, okay? And the only thing I have left is this 3 over here. Look at this. Can y'all see that? Look at my finger. I need to separate this 3 and the y. The 3 and the y are multiplying, and the opposite of multiplying is dividing. So I'm gonna divide everything by 3. So when people say, or when I say divide the whole thing by 3, That means divide every number by 3, okay? So why? Because those 3's cancel out. 12 divided by 3 is 4. Minus, and we can leave the fraction. You don't have to do no whole bunch of decimal cooking and stuff. 4/3 x. Back up, back up. So y'all can look me in my eyes. Don't look me in my eyes. I got a lazy eye. You got it. As long as you look at that math problem and you be like, man, this is easy. It's gonna be easy. It's gonna forever be easy to you because you smart. You are smart. And I'm literally letting y'all see if this come out, because if it doesn't, Jesus Christ. Okay. Yeah, we straight. Oh, are we? We cooking. I want y'all to have a good weekend. I want you to relax, you know. Whatever you need to do to get your mind right and to make sure that you are okay, you need to do that. Cause me personally, after this little video, I'm finna chill. Watch, I'm gonna walk in here one day and see a random line. I be like, that's from when I was messing on the refrigerator. But I don't know. A whiteboard for my house is just too much. That's just too much. And I'm just not doing that. I hope you enjoyed the video. Not Michael Jackson. One day we're gonna have a video and I'm gonna do karaoke for y'all. But yeah, I'll see you later, man. Have a great day.
Brother, get the pack and keep it open. Big dripper, stand up in the ocean. Everybody trapping, we get lost. He ain't 4P, yeah, but he ain't got motion. Made